Do you want to know how to save more money? And do you want to know how to build more credit? Now contact Finance Victory today, and then you'll notice a real big change. Hello, and welcome back to Finance Victory's weekly podcast. Today I will be talking about how to manage your money at uni during your first week/month. So a lot of people at this time are going to university, so they may not understand like how to navigate the money side of things. And yes, it is quite confusing, especially if you have never moved out before and you're just like, what do? I don't understand. And it's quite daunting as well. So today I'll just give you some points and tricks and like how to navigate that. So we'll talk about the first topic we'll talk about is food. So food is like obviously one of my favourite topics. I've recently hello again. So recently talked about food in my recent UEL webinar. Some of the clips have also been uploaded to YouTube, so feel free to check them out. So with university, starting at university, it can be quite daunting. So I will go through some of the steps in order to manage that in terms of food, and just navigating your first month at uni in terms of budgeting as well. So when you go food shopping, uni students, the best thing you can do is not just go out, because I remember when I started at uni, I didn't know anything about anything. Like, I just go out and buy some food and not really know why. I just thought, oh yeah, I like that. I mean, not saying I didn't know what I liked, but there's a lot of things I didn't know back then. But like, yeah, you make sure you write a list. So in my last video I mentioned that you have a certain amount of money that you'll be receiving at least twice a year. So you've got to make that money last. In order to make that money last, you will have to either A, get a job, or B, budget. So if you wasn't so successful getting a job, then this is where the budgeting comes in. So it's very important to budget. You must write a list each time you go to the food shop, because you will just pick stuff. You just pick anything. You'll be like, oh, I need that. That looks nice. Let me get that. And then you don't actually need any of it. Because I used to do stuff like that and then be like, oh, I've spent like £100 for no reason. So always write a list, and it's always good to make the list kind of like in the format of a healthy diet. So me, I like to eat like non-inflammatory foods because I have like a gluten intolerance, so I have to be careful with what I eat. But I didn't know that back then. But yeah, so if you have like tailor your shopping list to like any intolerances that you may, or if you don't have any, that's fine. But it's always good to have food that helps your body, because otherwise there's no point eating it really. I mean, of course you can eat for fun, but you know, like, it's not good to eat stuff that's not really beneficial for you. So if you have no tolerances, it's best, if you don't know what you need to buy, then just buy like different types of food, such as like a bit of carbohydrates, a bit of protein, and anything else that you think would be useful. You may want to include some vitamins in there. They will help you, you know, throughout your days. And anything with like fruits and stuff. If you want to make juice as well, you can buy some fruits and make them homemade juices, because it's better for you. It's natural, hasn't been concentrated. So try something like that, but always make sure to include like different things, and especially vegetables. Vegetables are very good for you. I'm sure you've heard that your whole entire life, but yes, vegetables are good for you. Make sure to include them. If you don't eat meat, that's fine. Or you eat fish, or you're vegan. If you're vegan, then yeah, include like different things that the vegans can eat. So just write a list of like the things you need to eat and the things that you would want. So of course there's going to be things you want, like I don't know, like ice cream or cookies or crisp or something like that. You can treat yourself, it's fine. Those kinds of foods are usually quite affordable anyway. So yeah, just mix it up. And if you've got your money and you need to divide it up for the month or the week, make sure that you know how much your budget is, like in its entirety for the whole month, and then you divide it. So you may want to go out and buy food like every week. I mean, I wouldn't recommend going to buy food every day, but because that's time consuming and tiring, and you don't really need to be doing that. But you could go every week or every month. Sometimes it's good to go every month because it's like the one thing done, and you can tick that off your list, and then you have the food that you can have for the rest of the month, and you can evenly divide it. You can also go weekly, that is fine too. But yeah, just keep it so that you have a fixed set of money for that particular thing, the food shopping, and then you may want to put some money aside for any takeaways, because obviously at uni everyone likes to go out to like Nando's and stuff, but I don't know if they still do that now, but like we used to do that a lot, and then the KFC and the McDonald's. We didn't try, I mean, I try not to do it too often, but there's always going to be someone who's like, hey, let's order pizza today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So, yeah, I mean, there's always, another tip is to check out the student offers for, like, Domino's Pizza. I mean, I don't really, like Domino's Pizza anymore, because I had loads of it at uni, but, like, I just don't like it anymore. It's just too doughy. But, yeah, you'll get a lot of leaflets saying, hey, we're doing like a £5 offer. I mean, if you fancy it, take advantage of it. But if you think it's no good for you, just leave it. But remember, you can use student discount in lots of shops now. And you can also order your Totem Plus card, which I actually have, studying ACCA. We're actually able to have that. So we can get discounts in the food shops as well. So far I've mentioned that you need to budget and set aside your money for the month. The second thing is that you need to write a list. And then the third thing is that you can use the student discounts in the shops. You can also not only use it for food, use it for toiletries, use it for electricals and anything else that you would need. And of course, like as a student, you will need your electricals. You may need a new laptop. You may need some headphones, or I don't know, if you're doing YouTube, for example, you may want some equipment. So always look out for like websites like Student Beans, because they always have discounts available and the codes as well, and that you can apply to the websites that you. Now, the next thing I would suggest, whilst shopping at uni, and this actually goes back to food. So, for example, there are a lot of shops like Costco and Farm Foods, which allow you to, and also Asda, which allow you to buy things in bulk. So, it's a good idea to go to those kind of shops, and you can buy everything in bulk, and it will allow you to have food last a bit longer. And it'll be in larger quantities, and you can pre-cook, or what they call batch cook. So you cook things for the week or two, and then you put it in the freezer. Of course, at university, there sometimes is limited space with freezers, but one of the first things you should do is basically assign yourself a freezer or a compartment of a freezer, and make sure that you have enough space to put these things, because otherwise you have to put it in the fridge, which is fine, but I don't know, when you're at uni you have to be careful, like when it comes to fridges and stuff. Like, I mean, I would rather my own fridge, because I don't want things to get touched or contaminated. But I mean, if you don't mind that, then just make sure you also assign yourself an area of the fridge so you can keep all these foods safely away, and then you're able to eat them, since you've spent quite a bit of money on them. yeah, and also another thing, a lot of these shops have like offers anyway. So always keep an eye out for like offers in like Aldi, Lidl, for instance, Sainsbury's. In my previous webinar, I mentioned that the likes of like Sainsbury's and M&S, they do this thing which I personally call bougie on a budget. So you're able to get really nice foods, quite pricey foods actually, and they're quite and they've been discounted heavily. So they usually start to discount foods around like 5 p.m. or even throughout the day sometimes. If you go in the afternoon, they start putting I know with M&S it's the yellow stickers. With what's the other one? Sainsbury's it's yellow stickers, and Lidl is orange stickers. So even though Lidl is cheap, you still have that too. But I don't know, is Lidl as cheap as it used to be? I'm not sure, but yeah. And you can just go to these shops around the evening, sometimes afternoon, and you'll find these discounts. Also, if you're trying to buy things as well, like the electricals, good thing to do would be during the sale season. So if you need to buy any cameras, any phones, we have what is it, Black Friday in the UK now. I think this became a thing in 2014. So ever since then we've been having that, and it's now turned into some sort of sale season for like towards the end of November. You have your Black Friday, you have something else on Saturday, and you have Cyber Monday, and then they're like, oh yeah, that's it. No, it's not. The rest of the week is like full of discounts. So, and then you have Christmas, and you have New Year's, and you have Boxing Day and all of that. So you basically have a window of, say, a month and a half of sales. So if you ever want to buy a TV for your room, laptop, mobile phone, camera, anything, just buy it from November between, oh yeah, and I forgot to mention January sales. So yeah, no, you actually have 2 months, a 2-month window of sales now. So take advantage of that. And then another good thing is that your loan will be dropping in January. So, it's perfect time. So thank you for listening, and I hope these tips that I've mentioned are of use to you. If you have any questions, or if you'd like any sort of conversation about anything I've talked about, feel free to email. Everything is listed below. And if you'd like to book a one-to-one consultation, please feel free to reach out to at Finance Victory, and you can also check out the website. So have a great week, and for those uni students, enjoy your time at uni and have a great day. Thank you.